I was unexpectedly transported into a novel and bound to a redemption system. The system wants me to conquer the villainous second female lead. Right now, she's only 17, being beaten half to death in an alley. The system urges me, go help her, heal her, warm her heart. I immediately lean close to the villainous girl's ear and whisper, wow, you look pathetic. You useless piece of trash. System, ? Villain, ? Chapter 1. The system says in disbelief, host, what are you saying? I repeat my mocking words. The system is about to lose its mind. Host, you're supposed to heal Willow, not rub salt in her wounds. You're going to accelerate her descent into darkness. I'm genuinely confused. Why should I heal her? Whether she turns evil or not, what does that have to do with me? If the world gets destroyed, why should I care? If we die together. I'm not some saint. The system is left speechless by my rebuttal. Honestly, it's hilarious. Before I transmigrated, I was a professional male supporting role, the malicious kind. There was barely a single decent word that came out of my mouth. The girl in front of me had just been beaten up, her body limp as she leaned against the wall. Her eyes are closed, she's probably unconscious. I reach out and start groping her randomly. The system says emotionally, host, are you going to take her to the hospital? You've finally come to your senses. Willow will definitely thank you when she wakes up. You're overthinking it. I interrupt the system's rambling. I'm just checking if she has anything valuable on her. System, ? Unfortunately, the villainous girl's pockets are completely empty. I refuse to believe it and dig harder into her pockets. Finally, I manage to wake her up from all the rummaging. Willow opens her eyes and looks at me in confusion. Her voice hoarse as she asks, George, what are you touching? Chapter 2. Thanks to her, I now know my name is George, same as my original name. Willow's cheeks flush slightly as she says, stop touching. Without blinking, I lie. You're injured. I'm just checking your condition. George, are you humiliating me? What? You called me useless. I heard it. Willow lowers her head. There's none of the vitality a girl her age should have. Instead, she looks pale and defeated. Aren't you the one who hates me the most? You even said that if I showed up in front of you again, you'd have someone break my legs. Blood trickles from the corner of her mouth as she forces out a miserable, bitter smile. Go ahead. My life is worthless. Beat me to death, it doesn't matter. Her gaze flickers, almost pleading. She really does look pitiful. Unfortunately, I'm a malicious male supporting role. I recognize my own kind when I see it. Willow, don't think I don't know what you're planning. If I beat you to death, you'll be freed, but I'll have to face criminal charges. Maybe even go to prison. Trading your life for my lifetime of suffering sounds like a great deal to you, doesn't it? Caught off guard that I exposed her dark little scheme so directly, Willow drops the act, her expression turning cold again. She supports herself against the wall and limps away. When she reaches the alley's exit, she suddenly stops and calls out to me again. George. Willow suddenly leans close, her breath brushing against my ear. It tickles. Thanks for the inspection. I quite enjoyed it. Chapter 3. The system screams, host, this is your chance, go get flirty with her. I stare at it like it's insane. Flirty with her? Are you even a proper system? Can't you tell Willow is just trying to disgust me? From what she said, George and her have a terrible relationship. There's a good chance the original host used to bully her. If it were the original George standing here, he'd probably be yelling at her for being shameless. What Willow wants to see is George losing his mind. Too bad, she picked the wrong opponent. I lean in close to her ear and reply, you're welcome, you little weakling. Willow freezes for a moment. She watches my departing back for a long time without moving. When I get home, I sort through the current situation. This is a sweet romance novel, packed with angsty love, heartbreak, and the classic, lovers reunited, trope. My name is George, carrying the identity of the campus heartthrob and the son of the richest man. Sounds like the male lead script, right? Wrong. In the book, George is just a disposable cannon fodder male supporting role, arrogant, domineering, and full of himself. He's in love with the original female lead Willow's older sister, Freya. Using his family's power, George forcibly gets engaged to Freya, breaking apart the main couple. Oh, right, he also frequently bullies the male lead. As the story's ultimate villain, and secretly in love with the male lead, Willow has always hated George. Later, George dies in a car accident, and readers cheer in satisfaction. But that accident had everything to do with Willow. To avenge the female lead, she doesn't hesitate to stain her hands with blood, killing those who once bullied her. As for Willow Lou herself, beautiful, powerful, and tragic, she's the illegitimate daughter the Lou family is ashamed to acknowledge. Her mother was a stunning beauty, but was forced into becoming a mistress. Only after giving birth to Willow did she realize the man was already married. Unable to live with the moral burden, she jumped to her death, Willow inherited all of her mother's beauty, dazzling, ethereal, almost like a fairy, but Madame Lou can't stand the sight of her and often beats and scolds her. Even the household servants dare to treat her with blatant disrespect. Growing up in that kind of environment, it would be stranger if Willow didn't become twisted. On top of that, her love for the male lead is never returned. Out of all people, he falls for her sister, Freya, the beloved female lead whose fate is the complete opposite of hers. And so, driven by jealousy, Willow races down the path of darkness without looking back. After understanding everything, I comfortably decide to lie flat and do nothing. The system asks, "Host, why are you lying down? Come on. I'm the son of the richest man, basically the heir. I'd have to be out of my mind to get involved in their love-hate drama." The system hesitates. But, shut up. Say one more word and I'll self-destruct, then neither of us lives. Frightened, the system falls silent. But the plot doesn't care about my wishes. One morning, my parents suddenly tell me, "Get ready. You're going to the Lou family today to arrange your engagement." Chapter 4. An engagement. My eyes widen. My so-called mother says, "The outfit is ready. Get styled later. Go knock Freya dead." What? Wait, something's off. I say, an engagement right now? I'm not even an adult yet. The college entrance exams are coming up. So what? She replies. After the exams, a girl like Freya will be out of your league. Mom, I don't want to get engaged, especially not to her. What nonsense are you talking about? My so-called father reprimands me sternly. The Lou family's business has enormous growth potential. If they partner with someone else, it'll impact our business. Let me test you. What's the most stable form of cooperation? That's right. Marriage alliance. You marrying the Lou family's eldest daughter is the most beneficial choice. Have a child later, and your position will be secure. The money talk is overwhelming. After all that rambling, every word comes back to profit. Are these even my real parents? Seeing me not move, my father urges, "What are you standing there for? Hurry up." I roll my eyes, then put on an obedient expression. "All right, Mom, Dad, I won't let you down." Heh, I'm a malicious male supporting role. After all, there's no way I'm letting them get what they want. Chapter 5. To welcome us, the Lou family has decorated their villa beautifully. It's obvious they take this partnership very seriously. I see the female lead, Freya. She carries herself like she's above everyone else. I'm not interested in this kind of ordinary yet overly confident woman. While the elders are exchanging pleasantries, Freya suddenly walks up to me and lowers her voice. "George, I already told you I don't like you. Why are you still clinging to me?" I look at her in surprise. Freya's face is full of disdain. "I know what you're trying to do. You want to be with me. But since I refused, you're using family cooperation to pressure me. Do you really like me that much?" Ha! As the ancients say, inferior people always fantasize about others giving them a second glance. I roll my eyes. "Miss, do you think quoting random sayings makes you look cool?" Freya crosses her arms and gazes into the distance with a profound expression. "It's not like I can't marry you." After saying that, she pauses for 2 seconds, probably expecting me to look delighted, but my face is as lifeless as a dead fish. "It's not like I can't marry you. Under family pressure, I'll agree to the engagement. But you should understand, someone like you, reeking of money, isn't someone I, Freya, would ever truly accept." I say, "Idiot, what did you say?" I can't be bothered with her anymore. I turn my head, and suddenly notice the second floor of the villa, by a small window. Willow is looking down at us, her gaze cold and distant. Chapter 6. We move to the living room to formally discuss the marriage alliance. The Lou family gives us full face. Everyone who could come, came. The spacious living room is nearly filled to capacity. Freya sits across from me, her expression proud and aloof. She's the star of the day. Everyone knows that very soon, she'll become the perfect wife of the Wang family, enjoying a lifetime of wealth and status. My mother covers her mouth and laughs. Freya is so outstanding. No wonder she's got George thinking about her all day. Oh, not at all. Your George is wonderful too, so handsome. Glasses are raised, pleasantries exchanged. It's all routine. Only after the flattery is done do they get to the main topic. "We came today thinking that since the children are the same age, perhaps we could strengthen the relationship between our families through marriage." Of course, we couldn't ask for more. Following the traditions of the older generation, I've matched their birth charts. They're extremely compatible. That's wonderful. I suddenly stand up and interrupt them. "Since everything is ready, let me make the announcement myself." I pull a rose from a vase and glance around the room, striking the pose of someone about to propose. Freya's face darkens as she says, "What are you trying to pull now? Stop embarrassing yourself." She reaches out, trying to quickly take the flower and end this, but grabs nothing. I walk through the crowd. Under everyone's watchful eyes, I head to a corner. I smile slightly at Willow and say, "Will you marry me?" Chapter 7. There's not a single trace of emotion in Willow's dark eyes. She thinks I'm messing with her. Everyone does. The entire hall falls into dead silence. George's mother is the first to stand up. George, what nonsense are you talking about? What's the problem? I counter. If we're forming a marriage alliance with the Liu family, any Liu daughter should qualify. I choose Willow Liu. But she doesn't count. George's mother stops herself mid-sentence. The Liu family, however, has no such restraint. Mrs. Liu says, George, what kind of daughter is she? She's just a bastard child. She's not worthy of you. An uncle from the Liu family adds, I've said it before, we should have locked her in her room so she wouldn't come out and ruin things. Even Freya frowns and asks, George, are you throwing a tantrum at me? I already said I'm willing to enter a marriage alliance with you. There's no need for this. I don't like this kind of childish behavior. Like I care what you like. I roll my eyes dramatically, then pretend to look hurt as I say, Mom, Dad, Freya just said I reek of money. I don't quite understand, is she insulting me? Or insulting our entire family? I don't really mind. For the sake of the family's interests, I can endure a little humiliation, but I'm worried about Freya, criticizing you while still clinging to your power. Sigh. My parents' expressions immediately turn cold. What's going on? Freya clearly didn't expect me to report her. She's flustered, scrambling to explain, but by the end, she somehow turns the blame back onto me. George, I know you're just acting out of anger. You hate Willow the most, don't you? Back then, if she even touched your coat, you'd want to throw it away. How could you possibly get engaged to her? At this, Willow, who has been silent the whole time, finally shows a hint of mockery. Seems like Freya wasn't lying. I say, I was immature back then. I didn't dare admit that I liked her, so I used those clumsy methods to get her attention. Wait, Freya freezes. Who do you like? Willow. No one believes me. Under everyone's burning stares, I simply take Willow's hand. I like Willow. Chapter 8. At that exact moment, I hear the system's voice. Ding. Willow's favorability toward the host has increased. Current favorability, -50. Wait, what? How did that go up? Just because I said I liked her? No way, did she actually believe it? I turn to look at Willow. She's staring at me in shock, then at our tightly clasped hands. Freya finally snaps out of it and shakes her head. George, you're still just throwing a tantrum at me. I ask, how long have you had this condition? Have you seen a doctor? Freya says, stop joking around. Even if you want to get engaged to Willow, you'd better check whether she's willing. She probably wants nothing to do with you. I'm willing. Willow cuts her off sharply. Her voice is cold, but firm and clear. She looks around, meeting everyone's stunned gazes. I said, I'm willing. Chapter 9. Willow really has no reason to refuse, because we're the same kind of people. As malicious villains, we both enjoy making others uncomfortable, especially these self-righteous elites in this room. The more uncomfortable they are, the more satisfied we feel. Right now, everyone's expressions look like they're severely constipated, and I'm loving every second of it. I lightly scratch Willow's palm. It was meant to say, pleasure working with you, but Willow stiffens. The system announces again. Ding. Willow's favorability toward the host has increased. Current favorability, -40. Just scratching her hand raises favorability. Is Willow a cat or something? With a wicked grin, I scratch her again. Ding. Willow's favorability toward the host has increased. Current favorability, -30. Again. Meow Meow Lou finally has enough and pulls her hand away. In the end, this engagement alliance falls apart without conclusion. Before leaving the Liu family villa, Willow suddenly stuffs something into my arms. I smile and ask, a token of love? George, the audience is gone. No need to keep acting. She returns to her usual cold demeanor and walks away. I open the bag. Inside is a bottle of disinfectant hand sanitizer. Why give me this? Suddenly, a memory from the original host surfaces. He used to despise Willow. Every time he accidentally touched her, he'd frantically wash and disinfect his hands. So that's what she meant. She's mocking me. My competitive streak is instantly triggered. You mock me, then I'll make you uncomfortable too. Wait, Willow. The girl stops. I rush forward and pull her into a tight embrace. Chapter 10. Not only did I hug her, I even pinched Willow's waist. When the wind blew earlier, her t-shirt outlined her figure. Her waist was insanely slim. That pinch, purely out of curiosity, slim as it was, it felt surprisingly soft. Willow froze completely. It wasn't until I shut the car door that I heard the system notifications flooding in like a tidal wave. Her favorability kept going up and down, fluctuating wildly. Clearly, Willow's emotions were all over the place. I simply muted the system. Up front, my father's anger was already burning toward me. George, did you do that on purpose to embarrass me today? I'd have been better off raising a slab of pork. Fair point, I say with a grin, but pork can't get married. The Civil Affairs Bureau wouldn't allow it. You. I chuckle. Don't be mad. As long as Freya isn't the heir in the future, I won't have to marry her, right? Impossible. Aside from Freya, they have no other choice. That illegitimate daughter doesn't stand a chance. Give me 3 years. We can talk about the marriage alliance then. I know the original plot. 3 years later, Madame Lu will fall seriously ill and won't have the energy to dominate the household anymore. That will be Willow's best chance to rise. After all, in Chairman Lu's eyes, the illegitimate daughter still carries his blood. He only neglects Willow Lu now because he follows his wife's lead. From this moment on, I'm going to reshape Willow. Let the villain inherit the family business and overturn the original storyline. That's the professional standard of a malicious male supporting role. But the very next day, a small accident happens. Willow collapses. We're in a private school with a strict class hierarchy. Freya and I are in elite class 1, while Willow is in the lowest class 8. Most of the students in class 8 are children of housekeepers and servants. These kids are especially good at reading the room and avoiding trouble. When Willow collapses on the track, not a single person steps forward. Everyone just watches coldly. Coincidentally, our class is also having PE. At the time, I walk over and lift Willow up. She's about 170 centimeters tall, yet incredibly light. The original novel mentioned it. Madame Lu abused her and never let her eat properly. She wasn't even allowed at the dining table, often forced to carry a bowl of food and eat alone in the stairwell. After yesterday's incident, she was probably cut off from food again. I unwrap a piece of candy, about to put it in her mouth, when someone shoves me hard from behind. George, stop bullying Willow. The male lead has arrived. Chapter 11. Makoto isn't particularly handsome, but his features are neat. His skin is fair, and he looks like a bright, sunny guy. He perfectly fits the stereotypical image of a novel's male lead. He's a head shorter than me, glaring at me angrily. Stop bullying Willow. As long as I'm here, I'll protect her. I'm speechless. Which eye of yours saw me bullying her? He replies, still denying it. If you weren't bullying her, why would she fall to the ground? I'm even more speechless. Open your eyes. She fainted. She didn't fall. Makoto panics. You knocked her unconscious. George, how can you be this awful? What an idiot. As he keeps talking, his voice even starts to choke up. I just shout, yeah, I knocked her out. Keep talking and I'll knock you out too. He's stunned into silence, not daring to make a sound for a long while. Can someone help carry her to the infirmary? I ask, looking around. The classmates all avoid my gaze. Helping Willow would mean offending Freya. They don't dare. Only the saintly male lead Makoto likes to play the hero. Otherwise, how could he become Willow's only light? And how could he attract Freya's attention? Unfortunately, all he does is talk. I sigh and hoist Willow onto my back myself. It's a 5-minute walk to the infirmary, but it takes me nearly half an hour. This lousy school, even the teachers just watch coldly. I help Willow not only because I want to shape her, it's also because I've experienced being excluded and going hungry. In some ways, we're really alike. On the way, Willow seems to wake up briefly, seeing that it's me carrying her. She's so shocked she can't say a word, then falls back into unconsciousness. Makoto follows us to the infirmary. After settling Willow in, I go out to buy a bottle of water. When I come back, Willow is already awake. Before I even walk in, I hear Makoto say, Willow, thank goodness you're okay. It wasn't for nothing that I worked so hard to bring you to the infirmary. Chapter 12. I find it a bit funny. He just followed behind me. What hard work did he do? Willow lowers her eyelids as she looks at him. Her skin is so pale you can see the tiny blood vessels beneath her eyelids. Makoto interrupts her. No need to thank me. As classmates, we should help each other. Makoto, I just fainted. I didn't die. The male lead looks stunned. The one who carried me here was George, not you. What credit are you trying to claim? That's unexpected. Willow actually has a mouth. I thought she'd just believe whatever Makoto said. It's refreshing that she's not written like an idiot. Yeah, I'm the one who carried her, I say as I push the door open at just the right moment, giving Makoto no face at all. What's the meaning of taking credit while I was gone? Makoto's face turns pale, then red, then pale again. In the end, he slips out awkwardly. I hand a bottle of water to Willow. The doctor said you have low blood sugar. You'll feel better after the 4. When it's done, I'll take you out to eat, get some proper nutrition. Willow doesn't take it. She looks at me warily. George, what trick are you playing now? I want to apologize. Seeing the confusion on her face, I bow to her solemnly. I'm sorry. Bullying you before was my fault. From now on, I'll change. Chapter 13. The infirmary is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Willow says nothing, so I don't straighten up. How should I put it? Even though I'm a malicious male supporting role, I still have principles and boundaries. Bullying is wrong, even if those things weren't done by me. Since I'm occupying this body, I have a responsibility to face those mistakes and take accountability. After a long while, Willow finally speaks. What if I don't forgive you? That's your choice. Apologizing is my responsibility. You have every right not to forgive. Of course I won't forgive you. Willow curls her lips into a cold smile. You trampled my dignity into the ground. On what grounds do you expect forgiveness? As she speaks, a memory floods into my mind. Willow actually wrote George a love letter. It seems it was back in their first year. Willow fell for George at first sight. It was her first crush. She wrote a letter, gently expressing her shy feelings. But George read it out loud in public, and mocked her for it ever since. From then on, whenever he saw her, he excluded her, and Willow's love turned into hatred. Later, Makoto became the only person who treated her kindly, and she gradually fell for him. What a cliché mess. I fall silent. Willow says nothing more either. At that moment, Makoto returns, breaking the silence. He brings several classmates with him and points at me. It was him. He's the one who knocked Willow unconscious. I honestly want to open up his brain and see what's inside. The doctor said it was low blood sugar, and he didn't hear a single word. Makoto, if you don't know what low blood sugar means, you can look it up online. Before I can finish, Willow speaks. Yes, it was him. She lifts her head, her lifeless eyes meeting mine. It was George who hit me. Chapter 14. I seriously regret it now. When Willow fainted, I should have stepped on her. After school, even though Willow has just recovered, she's assigned to clean the campus. I watch her thin figure, still struggling slightly. In my mind, I curse that she deserves it, but I still walk over and grab her by the collar. Willow, what was that about in the infirmary today? It was nothing. Her tone is extremely indifferent. I know neither of us are good people, but I helped you, at the very least. In that moment, we were allies. How could you just stab me in the back like that? She doesn't answer. She just keeps sweeping. Fine. Sweep yourself to death then. I mutter as I turn to leave. The classmates Makoto brought don't like me. She suddenly speaks, stopping me in my tracks. He naively thinks those friends are good people, but he doesn't know they all dislike me. So, I ask, as long as I'm the one you hit, you won't be isolated by everyone because of me. I freeze. The evening breeze blows past. The girl stands straight, like a tree about to grow tall. Willow lowers her cold eyes, as if she never said that sentence. You were helping me. She neither confirms nor denies it. I ask again, why help me? She says, because you're not George. Chapter 15. Her words freeze me on the spot. What are you talking about? You're not George. Willow repeats. The body is, but the soul isn't. How could you possibly? I can feel it. You're very different from George. At this point, there's no point denying it anymore. When did you figure it out? In the alley, when you were checking my body. So, the very first day I arrived. In the original story, Willow is exceptionally intelligent. And now it's clear, this is exactly the kind of perception a truly smart person should have. We see each other almost every day. If someone's core changes and no one notices, that would be stranger. Now I understand why at first, Willow still tried to scheme against me and disgust me, but later, she stopped showing hostility. I ask curiously, aren't you afraid? Something this bizarre? She shakes her head. What's the point of being afraid? She's right. At this stage, fear is the most useless emotion. Willow, since you already know, let's work together. She asks, work together on what? Studying hard. She scoffs. Is that necessary? I'm not cut out for studying. You're wrong. You're very smart, smarter than anyone I've ever met. I'll tutor you. All you need to do is become better than Freya. Why? What's your goal? I don't want to marry Freya. I pick up a broom and start helping her sweep as I continue. I'm not the George you knew. I don't like Freya. In fact, I dislike her. I don't want to be a pawn in a marriage alliance. So I'm going to fight back. You feel the same, don't you? I look straight at her. You don't actually want to be a punching bag. You don't want to be bullied. You don't want to go hungry and faint from low blood sugar. Becoming better is the only way out for both of us. Willow says. Even so, the Liu family won't give me a chance. How do you know if you don't try? Chairman Liu is a businessman. What he values most is profit. Besides, even if you don't stay in the Liu family, you can build your own future elsewhere. You won't have to live under anyone's shadow anymore. Willow stays silent for a long time. In the end, she agrees to the partnership. Before leaving school, Willow says, I have one last question. Go ahead. I assume she's going to ask about the plan. Instead, she asks, what was your original name? The setting sun reflects in her eyes, like molten gold flames. I opened my mouth. I was also called George. Chapter 16. It turns out Willow's bottom of the class rankings were all intentional. She didn't want to stand out, didn't want to draw Madame Liu's resentment. Ever since we started working together, she finally began showing her real ability. Test after test, her ranking keeps rising. This school doesn't have evening self-study. Most of the students are planning to go abroad, so there's no need to work that hard. But every day after school, I drag Willow to the library. She no longer has the chance to be bullied. We study together late into the night. I walk her home, and only leave after the light in her bedroom turns on. As for Makoto, his lies were too clumsy. Willow completely ignores him now. Summer is approaching, and so is the college entrance exam. One day in the library, while doing practice problems, I doze off. When I wake up, I find Willow's jacket draped over me. She's staring at me intently. There's a softness in her eyes I've never seen before. When she notices I'm awake, Willow quickly looks away, pretending to focus on her work. Is this your jacket? She answers stiffly. If you don't like it, give it back. I like it, I say, pulling it tighter around myself. It smells so nice. Willow, are you wearing perfume? No. I take a deep breath. It's your body wash. It smells really good. She doesn't respond, but her grip on the pen tightens. The tips of Willow's ears turn red. Even though she's a villain, she's still just a high school student. How bad could she really be? I lean close to her ear and ask, Willow, what kind of body wash do you use? The cheapest kind from the convenience store. Then I'll buy the same one. I say with a mischievous grin. That way, I'll smell like you too, right? Rip. Willow's pen tears through the paper. She really can't handle teasing. My unusual behavior also draws my family's attention. One weekend morning, after breakfast, I'm about to head out to meet Willow and work on practice papers. George's mother suddenly says, George, you've changed. My heart skips a beat. As parents, it's impossible they wouldn't notice their son has changed at the core. I force myself to stay calm. How have I changed? You've become more hardworking. You're not obsessed with having fun anymore. And you haven't asked me for pocket money in a long time. You used to spend $100,000 every month. It's my final year of high school. I say, if I don't work hard now, it'll be too late. George's mother looks at me, her eyes gradually reddening. That's not it. George, you've become more like how you used to be. Chapter 17. What does she mean? I vaguely feel there's something deeper behind her words. As parents, their attitude toward their son hasn't been great. Could there be more to it? The doorbell suddenly rings. Freya stands outside, holding a cake. George, the weather's nice today. Want to take a walk in the park with me? She's clearly trying to please me. Probably Madame Lou's idea, sending her over to cling tightly to me. But I can see the reluctance in her eyes. I'm not going. I say, why not? We can go to your favorite restaurant for lunch. I cut her off. Move. You're blocking the way. My repeated refusals finally anger the Lou family's eldest daughter. George, I've already given you enough face by coming here to ask you out. What more do you want? I don't like you. Can you understand plain language? Still throwing a tantrum. Huh? I heard you've been getting close to Willow lately, trying to make me jealous. She curls her lips into a smug smile. Playing hard to get is enough now. You can come back to me. Be a good boy, and I might consider getting engaged to you. Shut up, idiot. I've had enough. I grab the cake and dump it over her head. Cream and fruit smear all over her carefully styled hair. I feel uncomfortable just seeing you now. Do you really think you're that good looking? The way you talk is so oily. It's like you're selling cooking oil. You've got no real ability. Yet you're overly confident. Where do you even get that kind of audacity? I'm warning you, if you bother me again, next time it won't just be cake on your head. Freya is stunned by my barrage of insults. When she comes back to her senses, she angrily grabs me. You actually dare to insult me? She yanks me so hard I almost lose my balance. At that moment, Willow rushes out and slaps her across the face. Don't touch him. Chapter 18. Willow doesn't hold back. Freya is knocked straight to the ground. I quickly grab Willow and say, don't hit her. The college entrance exam is coming. Don't cause trouble. Willow obediently withdraws her hand, but she glares viciously at Freya. That expression, like a wary cheetah ready to strike. She threatens, touch him again, and I'll chop your hand off. Freya is in complete disarray. A clear handprint on her face. She's trembling so badly she can't even stand up. An idea comes to me. Willow, do you know what kind of threats are most effective? Violence doesn't solve problems. You have to target the mind. I take out my phone and snap a few pictures of Freya. Miss, if you keep bothering us, these embarrassing photos will show up all over social media. You wouldn't want everyone to see you like this, right? Freya instantly breaks down, begging me not to post them. After she runs away, I hook an arm around Willow's shoulder and say, see, when dealing with people who care about their image, you hit their weak spot. That's what makes a top-tier villain. She frowns slightly. Villain? Nothing. Let's go. After a few steps, Willow doesn't follow. George, you saw that slap just now, right? Yeah. What about it? Evaluate it. Strong. Impressive. Exactly. She nods, her dark eyes fixed on me. So I'm not a little weakling. Chapter 19. I take some time to look into the original host's past. George was in a car accident 3 years ago. He lost all his memories, and his personality changed drastically. When his mother said I'd become more like before, she was probably referring to how he was before that accident. Coincidentally, I've been traveling through different worlds as a malicious male supporting role for exactly 3 years. 3 years ago, where I was, who I was, I have no idea. Soon, the college entrance exam arrives, but the night before the exam, something unexpected happens. I can't get in touch with Willow. To leave herself a backup plan, Willow deliberately held back during mock exams, keeping her ranking around top 20 in the grade. Even so, it still aroused Madame Lu's suspicion. Half a month before the exam, Madame Lu began cutting off her food and allowance under various excuses, sometimes not letting her eat at all. That part isn't hard to solve. I can feed her every day, but why can't I reach her? After asking around, my suspicion is confirmed. Willow has been placed under house arrest. The goal is to stop her from taking the college entrance exam. I'm furious. I taught her studies. I helped build up her body. Willow is like a kitten I've been raising on the side. I can mess with her all I want, but no one else gets to bully her. At midnight, I head straight for the Lu family villa. A light is on in a remote attic. I climb up from the side. It sounds like an overpowered skill, but I've been through ancient romance and cultivation worlds. Without some skills, how would I survive? I knock on the small window. Willow looks at me in surprise. The window isn't locked. Madame Lu is confident that even if Willow jumped, she'd at least break a bone, so she didn't bother locking it. Willow's room is pitifully small and crude, completely different from the grandeur outside. How did you get here? She asks. To save you. Then, do we run now? No rush. We'll leave tomorrow morning. Get a good night's rest first and conserve your strength. With me here. Willow seems to relax. Oh, right. I take out a small piece of cake from my waist pouch. It's already squished and shapeless. Still, I stick a candle in it and light it. Willow, happy 18th birthday. Chapter 20. I had looked up Willow's profile. Her birthday happened to fall on the day of the college entrance exam. I picked it up casually on the way here. I didn't expect that just a discounted little cake would move Meow Meow Lu to such an extent. Early the next morning, I secured the rope and let her climb down along it. Willow asked, "What about you? Aren't you going to the exam hall?" "I don't need to take it. My parents invested in the school. I can go straight in." In this circle, Willow wasn't surprised by that kind of thing. "Then come with me." "I'm not going." I blinked. I'm about to pull off something big. Madame Lu had arranged a lot of security guards at the entrance. As Willow lowered herself down, she was quickly noticed. A group of burly men rushed forward and pinned her down. At the same time, I smashed the glass window. The loud crash drew everyone's attention. At that moment, everyone in the villa came rushing out. I threw a match downstairs, igniting the gasoline-soaked cloth I had prepared in advance. Flames shot up instantly. Everyone fell into chaos. Some rushed to put out the fire. Some tried to drag Willow away. Some came to grab me. Before long, 2 police cars pulled up at the villa entrance. We received a report. Someone is abusing a minor. We also heard there's a burglar here. The chaos piled on top of chaos. What a lively scene. Sirens, firelight, screams, curses. Now this was the kind of spectacle villains like us should have. As dawn broke, I shouted at Willow, "Run, the university is waiting for you." Amid the confusion, the girl broke free from her restraints and ran toward the rising sun. Chapter 21. Before the police broke in, something suddenly crossed my mind. System, what's the favorability level now? I had muted the system voice back on the day of the arranged marriage. I had almost forgotten it existed. Host, you finally remembered me. Sob sob, the favorability has already reached 70. So fast. I was surprised, but I was surprised too early, because the system added, "Host, your favorability toward Willow has also reached 50. I was stunned for a long time. Then I figured it out. I had traveled through different worlds, always becoming a despised, vicious male supporting role. I had always been alone. Until I met Willow, it felt like I had found someone of my own kind. Mutual understanding, that must be what this feeling is. After the police conducted their investigation, they found Madame Lu suspected of abusing a minor and took her away. As for me, nothing happened. I was a guest invited by Miss Willow. On what grounds could they accuse me of trespassing? Don't believe it. Go ask Willow. As for the cloth I threw down, it wasn't gasoline at all. It wouldn't burn for long. If asked, I'd say it was to cheer on the college entrance exam. After giving me a brief lecture, the police let me go. Willow gave it her all in the exam. As expected, she became the top science student in the province. Her results were so stunning that they completely overshadowed Freya. As soon as the exam ended, she cooperated with the police investigation, confirming Madame Lu's abuse. The Lu family tried to pull strings, but it was useless. The media got involved first. A top student abused over a long period of time. Those keywords combined were enough to ignite public opinion throughout the summer. Of course, Willow had to pay a price too. She could never return to the Liu family. She rented a place outside and started studying finance on her own in advance. I said, Willow, from now on, just shine as brightly as you can. Wait for your father to come find you himself. Okay. She followed my instructions completely, never questioning them. At the same time, my parents' attitude toward me gradually changed. My father even intended to hand over the family business to me, and I studied it seriously. In the second half of freshman year, Willow began to make a name for herself and earned her first pot of gold. She started to give back to me, taking me to restaurants I liked, ordering milk tea, snacks, and all kinds of treats for me every day, so frequently that even the delivery drivers around here recognized me. They joked, "Your girlfriend is feeding you again." After I denied it a few times, they didn't believe me. If she's not your girlfriend, why would she treat you so well? Eventually, I stopped bothering to explain. Sophomore year, I went to a horror escape room with classmates. Willow came too. I asked, "Aren't you really busy lately? How do you have time to hang out with me? You're fearless about everything except ghosts. I have to be here with you." "Oh, but wait. How do you know I'm afraid of ghosts?" Chapter 22. This was strange. The original George wasn't afraid of ghosts, and I had never told Willow, so how did she know? Willow didn't have time to explain. The game had already begun. Everyone threw themselves into the tense puzzle solving. Willow stayed in front of me the entire time. The NPCs always scared her first. Near the end, I was singled out by an NPC and had to accept a solo punishment. I would be locked inside a small wardrobe, alone in the dark for 5 minutes. During that time, I had to endure all kinds of surround sound effects, ghosts knocking, crying, and more. Just before the wardrobe door closed, Willow ignored the rules and squeezed in. The wardrobe was tiny, barely enough for one person. The moment she got in, the space became cramped. My back pressed against the wall, my front against her. We were too close. We could clearly feel each other's breathing and body heat. As the horror sound effects started, Willow put headphones on me. A light, cheerful melody dispelled the fear. "You know, even if a heavy rain turns the whole city upside down, I'll give you a place to stay." I suddenly lifted my eyes. Willow stared at the wall, pretending to stay calm. She had grown taller, and her features were more mature than when she was 17. Right, because I liked women with a bit of softness to them. She worked out every day. She was no longer the frail girl from high school. Now, her figure was exactly my type, curves in all the right places. A slim waist. She had grown completely in the way I liked. Tempting. I've never been one to hold back. If I want something, I go for it. I reached out and touched her lower abdomen. Willow panicked. "What are you doing?" "Just touching." The moment I finished speaking, the ghost slammed against the door. The sound was chilling, piercing through the music in the headphones. Willow said, "Don't be afraid. I'm blocking it. Even if it comes in, you won't have to see its face. You, go ahead." Beep. The system notification sounded. Detected. Host's favorability toward Willow has increased. Host's favorability toward Willow has increased again. Host's favorability toward Willow. My favorability toward Willow shot straight up to 90. At that moment, I was certain. I liked her. If I like someone, I say it. I don't hide it. "Willow, I need to tell you something. But before that, let me confirm, do you like Makoto?" Willow thought for a moment. The name Makoto even felt unfamiliar to her now. That high school boy. "No, I don't like him. I'm not in contact with him anymore. I even deleted him from WeChat." Great. The storyline had already changed. She asked, "What's wrong? Why bring him up all of a sudden?" "If you don't like him, Willow, then I'm going to kiss you." Before Willow could react, I lowered my head and kissed her on the cheek, and said, "I like you." Chapter 23. In the darkness, Willow swallowed. A dark flame burned in her eyes. It was longing and desire. I smiled and asked, "Do you like me?" I already knew the answer. Her favorability toward me had long surpassed the maximum, but I wanted to hear her say it. Willow didn't answer. She cupped my face and kissed me directly. At first, the kiss was urgent. Then, as if afraid of scaring me, it became light and gentle, careful and tender. "I like you, George. I really, really like you." Her breath lingered by my ear, making it itch a little. "I really, really, really like you, George. I love you." When the NPC opened the wardrobe door, Willow was still holding the back of my neck, kissing me as if we were one. The NPC felt extremely awkward watching. Chapter 24. On the way back, hand in hand, I asked Willow, "You still haven't answered me. How did you know I'm afraid of ghosts?" Willow thought for a moment. "George, have you ever considered a possibility?" "What?" "That you were actually George all along." Hearing that, I wasn't surprised. In fact, over the past few years, all kinds of signs had pointed to it. I was George. After the car accident at 15, My body had been taken over. A transmigrator occupied my body. His personality drastically changed, bullying the weak and fearing the strong. And I lost my memory, forced to wander through different worlds as a despised, vicious male supporting role. My parents were the first to notice. After several tests, they realized the possessor had a terrible personality, a born villain. He stole their son's body, ruined his reputation, and refused to be disciplined. So their attitude toward him grew worse and worse. The most important evidence was Freya, because ever since I was little, I had disliked Freya, but after that car accident, why did I suddenly become her devoted admirer? Now, I had returned. That's why my parents had been treating me better and better. No wonder, since the very beginning of my transmigration, this body had always felt so familiar. Willow said, George, I actually have liked you for a long time. What? That genuinely surprised me. We met back in middle school. You just forgot. Willow looked a little downcast. You were different from everyone else. When others bullied me, you taught me how to get revenge. You really had a lot of bad ideas, but I liked that about you. I suddenly understood. Back in her first year of high school, Willow had written a love letter to George. That letter was actually written for me. It's just that at the time, Willow didn't know that George was no longer her George. But wait, wasn't I inside a novel? I asked the system, what's really going on? Only then did the system confess. The George in the book was actually the transmigrator. In the end, he was defeated by the native male lead protagonist, Makoto. Why didn't you tell me earlier? You didn't ask, it said, sounding aggrieved. Since I came back to my own home, why was there still a conquest mission? The system replied, because of the transmigrator's arrival, the plot had already been completed, and the world had solidified. You were destined for a tragic ending. This system simulated countless possibilities. This was the only path that could guide you to a happy ending. Congratulations. Host. Mission complete. Welcome home. Chapter 25. The system left. Its mission perfectly fulfilled. It was a good system, maybe a bit silly, but it had always been helping me. Later, Willow and I got a cat, and we named it System. During university, Willow displayed extraordinary talent and became the most eye-catching rising star in the business world. Meanwhile, under her brilliance, Freya gradually seemed ordinary. Chairman Lu personally invited Willow back to manage the company, because a major partner had made it clear they would only cooperate with Willow. Willow's value doubled, and I became the heir of the Wong family. After Madame Lu fell seriously ill, she passed away not long after. Chairman Lu later fell sick as well, perhaps karma. Being in a relationship with Willow was incredibly sweet. It's just that I was always exhausted during the day, tirelessly, day and night. She kept proving to me that she was very capable. I even regretted saying that line back then. If I had known I'd be retaliated against like this one day, I would never have challenged her pride, even if it killed me. Later on, Freya and Makoto got married. They had both changed a lot. Freed from the constraints of the plot, they finally became normal people with natural personalities. Everyone found their own ending. At the age of 24, Willow and I got married. In the golden autumn, we held hands and became each other's family. Whether a protagonist or a supporting role, so what? The future is written by ourselves. We will face the rising sun and run toward happiness.